Oh, that's where everyone is.
Everyone is somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, we got a few people who are trickling in. Leonard, happy 2023.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
You too.
Standard dad joke about the whole thing. It has been a year since I've seen you last. How you been?
It's been 3 weeks. It's entirely too long.
I agree. I missed this.
Well, we missed you. All right, let me go ahead and keep copying in that script. Make sure everybody's got something. Full live in 3 minutes. All right.
I finally made it to one of these.
Welcome. Do you need a rundown of how we do things, or are you familiar with our process?
Maybe a quick rundown wouldn't hurt.
No problem. So we're going to start with cold reads, which is going to establish a reading order for us. Whoa, what is this?
Oh my god.
That's different.
Is that also part of the regular process?
That's new. That's a very, very okay. Well, my wife, my wonderful wife, is taking over the Mic Check VO workout account that's in the meeting right now. She was just clicking around on stuff, it seems. But okay, so we're gonna have a cold read. Everybody's gonna have their own interpretation of whatever you want to do. Particularly with these two characters, this is gonna be a more fun one. Just kind of a little bit more of a warm up. That's gonna establish a reading order for us. Then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the script. We're going to talk about these two characters. We're going to talk about what's going on. We want to have it really clear in your mind, like the situation happening around you, so that when you dive into it for real, we want to communicate like the whole scene and everything. So we're gonna do some script breakdown. It's open to anybody. I'm just going to be doing a lot of talking, but please feel free to give us any ideas or thoughts or whatever that you'd like. Then we're going to go back through the reading order that we established, except this time it's going to be more directed style reads, where we're actually going to have feedback given on all of the on our performances. And since this is a partner read, I'm guessing since we have, not the biggest group right now, we should be able to get through everybody and be able to have everybody do both operatives, both parts of this script to give it all a try. So during the directed session, we are going to go ahead and anybody can input their thoughts and their ideas, and we're going to go ahead and discuss performances.
Cool.
Oh, we're having a countdown too. Real quick, do I have any volunteers to go first for the first two reads? Only they're the only ones that get to volunteer. Anybody who goes gets to choose who goes after them. Okay, I'll be a volunteer. I'll go first. Me and Molly. Okay. Molly, make sure to choose one of the two that you'd like. All right, then let's get this going, rolling, things, whatever. If we're not already. I'll be a volunteer. I'll go. Me and Molly. Okay. Molly, live. Hello and welcome everyone to this week's Mic Check, and welcome to brand new 2023. I mean, whoever thought we would have survived 2022? Jeebus. Anyway, let's get into something that's a lot more fun. Let's get into some voiceover. This today particularly is actually going to be partner reads with a fun little script from a recent gift. You might be able to see it over the corner, over the shoulder over here. That's where this script came from. They actually do have an app where the entire thing is acted out. So this has a cast and produced project, so we're good to go. This is just for practice purposes anyways. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the read. So it's going to start off with Molly and myself. So Molly, which operative would you like to read first?
I'm really fine with whichever. We're doing like both, right? Like we both get a
Yes.
chance to do both. Okay.
Hmm.
I'll start out with
You cut out right as you told me which one you were going to start out with.
operative one, I guess.
One? Okay, I'll do two. All right, you good to go?
All right, I think I'm ready.
All right. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away, even for our first radio transmissions, to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can go up. Oh, sorry. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? Nothing's here, just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? Oh, sorry. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. So, Molly, who's going to be our next operative one?
I volunteer Leonard.
All right, Leonard, you're next operative one. And I am going to go ahead and volunteer Melissa as operative two.
Deal.
All right, whenever you two are ready, go for it.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. This part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Well, that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
Oh, they must have had a reason. Let me just try this and this. You read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. So, Melissa, who is our next operative? Oh, wait, no, sorry. Leonard, who's our next operative one?
Dee Dee.
Dee Dee, you are our next operative one. And Melissa, operative two?
I'm gonna pass it over to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. All right. Well, whenever you two are ready, go ahead and take it away.
I'm gonna pass it over to Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. All right. Well, whenever you two are ready, go ahead and take it away. You guys there?
Jeffrey, you are muted if you're trying to say.
Yeah, I was there. Yeah, I'm there.
Oh, yeah. Jeffrey, you're muted, so we can't hear you if you're reading.
Yeah, I was just waiting on Jeffrey to start.
Oops.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
You guys there?
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms, some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French, and this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? This is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can go up, can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there, just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right. So, Dee Dee, who is our next operative one?
Um, I volunteer Jonathan. And
Jonathan, you have been volunteered for tribute. And Jeffrey, who is our next operative two?
Okay, but like, can you hear me though?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll go with Justin.
Good.
All right. Okay. So, whenever you guys are ready, go ahead and take it away.
I'm operative 2.
Indeed, you are.
Okay.
All right.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Hold up. So like, which the operative you the am I again?
You are operative one.
Oh, all right. Gotcha. Who knew the interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just that
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French, and this part, and I don't even hold up, so I don't even know like what this is.
they were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
And that's a question for later. I now see that it means the spirit can open up. Either wanted to, either wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us? Vanguard, we're opening the gates.
Okay, Jonathan, who is our next operative one? You can choose. So there's three people to choose from: Sam, Mark, and Ellis.
I'll pick Sam.
Okay, Sam's operative one, and Justin, who's operative two.
What are my choices again?
Mark and Ellis.
Marky Mark.
Hello.
Okay.
Am I clear? Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. I blanked. Am I? Which operative am I?
You're operative two.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be so difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no. It's just...
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? Look, there's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me try this. And this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right, and Ellis needs a partner. So who volunteers to read with Ellis on this one?
Me.
Okay.
My microphone's already active. My excuse.
Okay. So since you are operative two, this time, Mark, you're operative one, and Ellis, you're operative two.
Okay. Ellis, you ready?
I am ready, I think.
Hi.
Yeah, turn up your gain a little bit, please, Ellis.
Okay.
Mine should be pretty loud, I think, now.
Testing,
You're good.
Testing, 1, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. All right, whenever you're ready, go for it.
Who knew interfacing of technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
You're skipping a little far ahead there, Mark.
Oh, hello. Excuse me. I completely... Well, at least I practiced. Sorry, Alice.
No, it's fine. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing of technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, well, I don't even know what that is. Excuse me. I don't even know what this is.
they were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here. There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this, and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay, so barring anybody else jumping in, let's go ahead and talk about the script a little bit. So I hope that was enough to get a little bit of the nerves out. This time is going to be more. We're gonna explore what's going on. So based on the context, based on this back and forth, who are these people? Who is Operative 1? Who is Operative 2? What can you tell about them? We'll just start throwing out general ideas for now.
They're trying to figure out a problem.
Okay.
If anyone wants.
Well, I mean, that's what they're doing, but let's talk about the actual like individuals themselves. Because again, we have a little bit of background from the notes, from the direction.
Operative
I
one
see one
sounds
of-
ADD.
Sorry. Operative ones. You say it sounds ADD. You said.
Right, jumping from one fascination to another.
He's not very.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't seem very concerned. Operative. Well, we don't even know what the gender are. It just seemed. Please.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to say, yeah, Operative 1 sounds like, despite the seeming direness of their situation, Operative 1's having a great time.
Yes, that's a really, really good point to bring up. Yeah. This is what Operative 1's living for.
He's a
Not
nerd.
really
Contrast to that,
concerned about the
there's nothing
danger.
to- Oh,
Yeah. Ellis, were you saying something?
yeah, I was, yeah.
What was
In
that?
contrast to that, I was going to say an Operative 2, he very clear, he just wants to get the job done. He wants to at least make sure this one person gets out of here alive.
Right.
Yeah,
I felt
Molly?
like Operative 1 had a little bit of like sarcasm to them too. Like the you want to take the front seat? Like I read that very sarcastically.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Surprise, Operative 2. My job's hard. Who knew?
It's like we're dealing with alien technology here. Come on.
Yeah.
And also, but like Operative 1, seems quite like curious and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's curious. You just want to like a situation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Actually-
this one of them is like actually some kind of maybe operator in. Okay, it says ISS, maybe a space station. I imagine it being a space station, and one of them, maybe an Operative 1, is maybe a researcher who's fascinated by this stuff, potentially.
Ellis, what were we going to say?
I actually raised a question I had
Okay.
about that line, who knew interfacing with technology. Would that I feel like I think we could. Oh my gosh, I had it in my brain what I was gonna say, and it just popped out. Whatever. I'll come back to it. It'll come back to me.
Okay. All right.
If
Well-
you're thinking Star Trek, this would be like Data and Worf.
Yeah, not a bad comparison. Not a bad comparison. I think no, Data had plenty of humor.
Who says that this Operative 1 doesn't?
Yeah. So
I think he does.
The thing is if you read the second sentence in the direction says, after crashing into an alien Dyson sphere. So these two are interacting with something that nobody on Earth, no human has ever before seen. Like this is brand spanking new to them. So clearly if they've gotten to this point, they must have been through a few things. So I think maybe having a little bit of little haggard, at least in Operative 2, I think that would fit more with Operative 2 than Operative 1. Operative 1 just seems to be enjoying the situation altogether and is just fascinated by what's in front of them. But Operative 2 might really be, like this. We need to buckle down. We really need to focus, because it says that this is not only an alien sphere, but they crash landed into it. So clearly they've been through some things. So give these characters a little bit of history together, if that makes any sense. Like some familiarity, a little bit of joking, a little bit of levity here or there, and some genuine curiosity and fascination. I think that's what this is really calling for, because again, we're talking about alien technology. Nobody's ever touched any of this in the past.
You want to inform everybody on what a Dyson sphere is?
Well, a quick Google search could help out, but a Dyson sphere is a theoretical structure that's built around a star to harvest all of the energy from it.
It's Dyson, so overpriced.
What was that?
It's not the vacuum cleaner.
So it's overpriced.
I thought of the vacuum cleaner first, then I'm like, that can't be it.
Yeah, indeed. It's actually that little trackball in a Dyson vacuum cleaner. It's just a giant one that aliens built.
They're actually trying to figure out a vacuum cleaner. The room is desperately dirty, and they're just trying to solve the problem.
With batteries, and then they achieve space travel. It's just the same, but with Dyson vacuums.
It's basically a sphere constructed around the star, probably around one Earth orbit away, so that you get the right distance for comfortable habitation on the inside of the sphere. And as noted, the advantage is you get 100% of the star's solar power instead of some fraction of 1% that the Earth gets.
Yeah, that's the concept. But again, brand spanking new to science here. I just want to focus on these characters. Now, how you communicate the little bit of sass that's in there and the curiosity is definitely going to be up to you. But one thing that I want to encourage you all to do is take your time with what you're doing. Don't feel like you need to rush through everything because it's listed that way. So a great example of that is the second to last line for Operative 1. So I mean, Mark did something interesting there where he kind of elongated it and actually had something going at the same time. When you are playing Operative 1, I want you to think about that too. What are you doing? Bring your listener into the scene with you. You're poking things, you're touching stuff, you're looking at dials, you've recognized this or that. Bring us into what it is that you're doing. I want to see that through your performance. Thankfully, though, for the most part, this is going to rest more on your own creativity, on how you communicate your fascinations and your and stress and everything like that. But take into account the situation that you're in. So this one's really generic. There's not a whole heck of a lot of really specifics to break down. But before we get into the directed reads, does anybody have any other questions, comments, anything like that? About the characters, the situation, anything?
I think for Operative 1 in particular, I think of them as being like constantly moving. That's the impression I get. It's like even as Operative 2 is talking, they're already crawling over to look at the next thing.
That's not a bad way to look at it.
I don't think of them as like, okay, I'm waiting for my turn to talk, and then I'll do the next part. It's like Operative 2's talking about how there's nothing there, and Operative 1's like, yeah, anyway, moving on.
Yeah, Operative 1 in their best hacker voice. I'm in.
I'm in.
No, but I like that. Again, I'm going to leave it up to your creativity on exactly how you see it. I don't disagree with that. I think that could that could make a really fun, dynamic scene. Don't be afraid also to use the space around you if you're going to communicate that. So if you're moving around, don't be afraid to go ahead and back off the mic just a little bit here or there, actually give the illusion of real motion and of real action throughout the whole thing. Because again, there's nothing more powerful than using your body when you perform to really communicate what's going on. So does anybody else have any other questions, comments, anything like that?
Oh, just one comment. This script to me screams, it's okay to ad-lib a little.
Yeah. Yeah, give it a little bit of extra life.
If you want to do that, go for it.
If it's too much, don't detract from what's going on. But yeah, give it a few creative ad libs here or there if necessary. One thing real particular, like something I really want to be particular about, is where operative 1 cuts off operative 2 in the second pair of lines. Well, no, it's just operative 1. Really, you need to be right on that. You need to cut them off. Just cut them off. Don't wait for them to finish the line. Finish it for them, because suddenly you're super excited and you discovered something.
Also, a thing is, because there's a delay in the call, as soon as you hear like it's just like go in, I think that would be because there's that bit of a delay. So I think for us listening, it'll also be better.
Well, heck, even start up on well, no, that's perfectly fine. Like cut. It doesn't matter how early you jump in on it. Just cut them off.
Cut them off at the first syllable. Oh, I'm in.
No, that's perfect. Yeah, seriously. Any amount of cutoff there is going to work. It doesn't matter how much on the toes you think you're going to step. Clearly, that line is just to be cut off. It's really there just to be cut off. So if you let it play out, it's going to sound awkward. Well, no, it's just, and then they just sort of trail off and then, okay, I'm in. Like exclamation mark means a lot of, some frenetic movement. It's quick. Operative 1's line happens right on the money. Like it has that emotional space that it needs to have that emotional space to make sense to cut off operative 2. So that's my one specific nitpick that I really want to get into. But if nobody else has anything else they'd like to add, say, or clarify, then let's get into it, shall we?
Okay.
All right.
Doing the same order? How?
Yeah, we're starting off with the same order, and then should we have time, we'll flip it. Because we've had a few people jump in, and I don't want to step on people's toes for time. The way that we're going to do it is we usually try to keep the broadcast portion of it within 2 hours. If we happen to go over that, we'll stop the broadcast, but we can continue if you want to keep practicing. That's perfectly fine by me. But to get this started, Molly, you and I are up first. So
right.
You are operative 1, I am operative 2.
Yep.
All right. Hey, are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with let me redo that. Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? What, you want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's
okay.
just...
I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it's in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
Wait, they were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here, just an old destroyed system.
I mean, they must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think?
Excellent toe stepping.
Yes, indeed.
I was just like, all right, stop talking. On to me now.
Brush those toes.
You grabbed the camera and wrenched it right back onto you. That's exactly what you're supposed to do.
Molly,
it was beautiful.
Mike.
Like, okay, you're done talking now. Be quiet.
Yes. Not just the timing, but like the delivery was just like beautiful there.
Oh, yay. Cool.
To contrast that, however, I mean, the one thing I figured out on the end, we're opening the gates. Felt like you were just ending it and like throwing it away. I mean, this would obviously depend on what other people think as well, but I think there need to be more pauses also at let me just try this and this. I think that could be elongated a bit more. And we're opening the gates, there's an exclamation mark. You kind of just spoke it. Obviously I'd be curious to hear what other people think as well. That's the only thing that came to mind because I'm pretty tired.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
I'd
Go ahead.
agree with that too. Yeah, that does feel like a moment's like, all right, here goes nothing. Let's do this.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's that last line that we're opening the gates. I mean, that's a moment of triumph. So yes.
Okay, I didn't really think about it that way. I like the triumph perspective because I was more like just like we have no idea what's happening. We're doing a thing. So it's like, but no, think of it like, okay, we
You could
actually
be on a-
succeeded in getting something to work.
Sorry.
Oh,
You
go
could be
ahead,
on
go
a
ahead.
you could be on a communicator of some sort, like maybe there's a cockpit, you pick it up and you go, hey, do you read us? Vanguard. I don't want to tell you how to say it, but maybe like you imagine like you're trying to speak into like a walkie-talkie or something, and you're like,
Yeah.
maybe this works, and so you decide to raise your voice just in case that will somehow help, because you do that in phone calls at times, or sometimes I speak louder even though it's clearly not a loudness issue. I just go, hello, hello, and it's just cut off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I will try that. I think that could help.
Like parents on the phone. Mother speak quietly and then hola. She's not Spanish, but she's Italian, so she's ciao. Anyway, off topic.
Okay. Anything else? All right, let's do it again.
Okay.
Hey, are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? What, do you want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's
Okay,
just that,
I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it's in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
like they were listening to us. But how? The Earth is way too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
I think that's a question for later. Now see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here, just an old destroyed system.
Well, they must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Thoughts, feelings, impressions, opinions?
I
What did
liked
y'all
it
think?
all. I liked it all. I think there was I think for money there was a clear improvement there. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody else talk, please. It's good.
I have a overall very good read. I have one little note for each of you. For Michael on the power will go out shortly. I'd like a little more urgency there.
Okay.
Like, hey, if you don't get this done, then we're going to be stuck here or something. And on the okay, I'm in, I like a little more pause after that, because you're in, you just had this big computer screen open up with all kinds of stuff on it, and it take a couple moments to orient yourself before you continue.
Yes, I think you're absolutely correct. Yes, I agree.
Damn, Bennett. I think that's spot on. I can certainly imagine that. I'm going to copy those directions when I do it.
Yes, taking notes.
My tiny thing
Yeah,
is
and also, that I would say, but like operative one.
Okay.
I mean, hello, but I mean, you can start talking, like if you want. I understand. Okay, so I'll just keep talking. Anyway, so
Yeah,
for
it's fine.
operative one though, I for the okay, hello, okay, like for the line, like I said, the okay that I'm in, try to speak with like a little bit more like I'm excitement. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
My thing is
Oh,
just
yeah.
on let me just try this and this. I want a tiny bit more, I guess I'll say surety on the and this. Or if not surety, maybe a little more investment in it. Because right now, at least what I'm getting is that, and this, it sounds almost a little tired to me. And I think we
Hmm.
can go a little further with that to demonstrate, okay, this
Yeah.
might be the thing that gets it to work. And I'm pretty sure it is, because
Yeah, no, that's great direction actually, because I didn't know how to really, I don't know exactly what I'm trying, so I was a little confused on like how to try to deliver that. But I think having that surety for it and that like confidence and like, all right, I'm trying this, I think that would actually really help. Thank you for that note.
oh, no problem.
All right, then let's give it a try.
Okay.
Hey, are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? What, you want to take the front seat?
Oh, no, it's just that.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it's in Chinese, some in English, some in French, and this part, I don't even know what this is.
Wait, they were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
I think that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means that the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here, just an old destroyed system.
Well, they must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. Feedback.
Michael, for the last line, maybe you could stumble on your words there because of urgency. That could be a variation. Because I think you were quite controlled there. I mean, it was. I think the emotions were right. I would maybe speed up a bit there because you had you took the direction I think that Leonard said about putting the urgency and the power will go out surely, and that was wonderful. I wonder if maybe that should also go in the last line more so as well because time's running out potentially. Just a thought.
I really like this one, but out of curiosity, Molly, could we try to have, so I feel like you're on the cusp of fascination, but you aren't really there. You know, I feel like there's a mild interest, but a fascination is, I hesitate to say intense, but it is a kind of a deep interest. You know, this is really grabbing your attention.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
More.
You know, like, yeah, you see this, it's like, whoa, okay. I have never discovered anything like this. And, you know, it's kind of taking over your consciousness to the point that you don't really care that this is actually kind of a dangerous situation to be in. It's like all of this alien culture and knowledge and technology that I get to see. Now, you don't necessarily need to be super happy about it, but it's definitely something that has a lot of your attention.
Yeah. Okay.
So maybe you don't process everything instantly. On occasions, there is that. You do show that hesitation when you're not hesitation in performance, but hesitation in the character when you're figuring things out. Sometimes it seems like you've processed everything and everything has just been read out perfectly. You just say, okay, yes, I know this. Okay. I think there sometimes needs to be a bit more uncertainty as you figure things out. Though you are, of course, a smart cookie in this.
Could not have said that better. I completely agree.
Okay.
Okay. Last one, and then we're going to go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, are you getting anywhere? The power's going to go out shortly.
Well, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? What, you want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, again, I'm in. It looks like it's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it's in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
Wait, they were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here, just an old destroyed system.
Well, they must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. How was that one?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Mark's approval. Yay!
Yeah, no, I'm feeling it, dude. I'm vibing with it.
Yeah. It was in it.
Awesome.
I think we're good to move on.
That was good.
Cool.
I would say so too. So, moving right along. Up next, Leonard, you are the next operative 1, and Melissa, you're the next operative 2.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Hey, who knew that interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Oh, that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there, just an old destroyed system.
Oh, they must have had a reason. Let me just try this and this. Yeah, you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think?
Okay. I like that it was
Ooh.
very different. Leonard, I want to see a faster cutoff. Okay, I'm in. And I think there needs to be some layering when you say some of it in Chinese, some of it in English, some of it in French. Almost like, because it would be maybe unusual to be in an alien context and finding that there's Earth language here, like what's going on here. I had another thing I forgot. Anyway, yeah.
I really liked the on the last line, the like sound filler that you did, like the like do you read, like I did like that. Your delivery on like we're opening the gates. I don't know why. I just felt it was a little more like, I don't know, happier than it should be. I don't know, maybe a little more of a serious tone. I don't know. It just sounded too jovial in my opinion.
Okay.
I think conversely, though, the jovial side of it can work, given that
That's
he's
true.
not that interested in the dangers and more fascinated, and so maybe it is somebody who shows a little bit of a childish side when handling these things that are fascinating.
That's a very fair point. Ignore what I said.
Leonard, oh, I'm sorry. I saw Michael put his finger up.
Oh no, sorry. No. What I'm not saying. I'm not saying. Don't ignore what was being said. Those are just different paths to the same place.
Yeah, I might give you
I'm not
three lines on that one. We'll see.
Yeah. We'll see
Yeah,
what
but anyway,
happens.
Molly,
Alice.
I'm not right or necessarily wrong. It's just my take. You don't need to just dismiss your own opinion there.
Okay.
Sorry. Continue, Alice.
Good. No, I was just like, I'm like, what? What did I do? Did I hurt you? Was our D&D campaign that bad? Oh, my feelings. No, but my thing, Leonard, I want you to lean a little bit more into the fact that this guy is not only curious, but they're mercurial. This guy's rapidly and unpredictably changing a lot. I think that would be an interesting route to take it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was actually going to say something really similar, Alice. I like the idea of this of Operative One being like annoyed for the first line and then instantly like sparkles in the eyes. Ooh, okay, I'm in. You know, like you just opened up a Christmas present, and suddenly you're this is your wheelhouse. This is what you love. So, yeah, I 100% agree with the mercurial thing. Anybody else? Nope. Okay. Well, whenever you two are ready, go for it.
Cool. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Hey, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take front seat?
Well, no, I just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. This part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Well, that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means a sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there, just an old destroyed system.
Well, they must have had a reason. Let me just try this and this. Oh, yeah. Euretus Vanguard, we're opening the gates. Euretus Vanguard, we're opening the gates.
Okay. What did you all think?
I like to hear a little more excitement on the last line. That like that he just discovered that I can communicate, that he can communicate with this alien system and really wants to show it off to the world. And I heard him a little more casual vibe from your read.
Yeah, think about that. When your character says you're opening the gates, this is the first time you've ever even seen something like this. You know that it's going to shock people who are listening to it. You're going to call Vanguard. They're going to be like, opening the gate? What? What do you mean opening the gates? So have some fun with it. You know that this particular bit of information is going to like throw people off or is going to surprise someone. So just go for it. Enjoy it. And
No,
go ahead,
exactly.
Alice.
Okay, well, kind of relating to that, in our direction up top, it says that you crashed onto an alien Dyson sphere. So, I think that the way you're delivering, they wanted visitors to get inside. I think if we kind of emphasize that they wanted them to perform that action, that the fact that you can go inside, I think that could be the fact that that's the shocking part, could be an interesting way to go about it, as opposed to they wanted visitors to get inside. I think we could go and take it as they wanted visitors to get inside.
Yeah, like the subtext to that line is apparently. They wanted visitors to get inside, apparently.
Melissa, I have a point for you. On your second to last line, the third line, I don't know how I want to say it, where you say the Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place. You said it very well, word by word. I want to hear there needs to be more excitement, not necessarily in a positive way, but more anxiety in this
bewilderment.
Yeah, I mean, you like, that's strange. Like something strange has just happened. Why is there Chinese? Why is there English? Why is there French here? I'm not gonna say it, but I need to hear more urgency there. You said every word very well in sequence, but there needs to be more of that, because the line you said afterwards, I felt was much better, much stronger, and it had that urgency and this anxiety, this nervousness that Operative 2 is, because he's basically at the mercy of what Operative 1 can figure out, and he's probably excuse me or Operative 2 doesn't necessarily maybe doesn't necessarily trust Operative One. Maybe that's the sort, okay, this person's a bit interesting, maybe eccentric, but I'm not entirely sure if if this if this is my salvation. So basically, at least that's how I envision it.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
That's an interesting take. One thing though that I do want you to try for this one, just to see what it's like, is, well, no, it's just I'd like for that point to be where the confidence completely drops.
Okay.
Like, you're in a rush, you're in a tizzy. The power is going to go out shortly. We don't know what's going on here. This is completely foreign to us. And then, oh, who knew interfacing with alien technology? They sort of give you that clap back, and suddenly it's like, okay, well, like the bluster and whatnot is just out of the wind is out of the sails sort of deal.
Okay, like, yeah. Oh no, wait, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It's like, oh, actually, this is a weird situation. Let's act like it.
Okay, I like that.
All right. Whenever you two are ready, go for it.
Right. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Hey, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Well, that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means a sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there, just an old destroyed system.
Well, they must have had a reason. Let me just try this and this. Yeah. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right, feedback time. What did you all think?
So, Leonard, your first read of the line of they wanted visitors to get inside. I much preferred that to the second one.
Okay.
I liked the first one. I don't know why the second one was like, I don't know, I think the emphasis on the inside. I don't know, it was just it was a little off-putting, I think.
I think it was
Okay.
I think it might have been just a really quick, like, that was not what I'm going for. Let's see if I can shift it. And I think that kind of took you out of the moment. Because I feel like the emotional, or not the emotional space, but sort of the point of emphasis, I should say. I think that would have worked. I think it was just a little too intense.
Yeah, I could see that
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that was a B take. I wanted to give you two options and see how you reacted.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I think the first execution wise came out better, but I really like
Okay.
where the second one could have gone.
It's all right, mate.
Okay.
We'll fix it in post.
Actually, I was going to say, I'd like for you, Leonard. I'd like for you to bring us on this journey of discovery. I'd like for your character to sort of discover things, because it seems like, all you're doing is just sort of, rearranging letters in an anagram. This isn't like actually uncovering alien technology or what their intentions are. Like, that has a little bit more awe to it. I'd like more awe to it.
I want to hear.
Okay.
I want to hear a payoff at the end, because I think that your the last line. Do you read us, Vanguard? From my recollection, it is identical to your last version. I think there needs to be a payoff. It needs to be, something's happening. Opening the gates. What gates? This is some pretty interesting stuff going on here. I don't know if that was shaking your head in disagreement, Michael, or
You're reading too far into it. I'm honestly acting it out myself. I have something I want to say. I need to go through it to put it in words. So maybe I should just mute my camera as well. Just turn it all off while I'm thinking, because people seem to be taking what I'm saying the wrong way.
When you said my take was interesting, my social anxiety increased by tenfold.
Sorry.
When I gave feedback and you said, interesting, I didn't know what to think. Then your smile, it's just, yeah, maybe I just need to close my eyes.
It's so much better when your take is completely uninteresting.
Yes. Huh, boring.
It's like, yes, boring, flat. That's exactly what I'm looking for. There's too much
Wow,
emotion.
That happened.
There's
You
too
did
much
that.
emotion.
I don't mean the take as in my performance. What I meant was I had feedback.
Right.
Yep.
Right. I'm just
Yeah, we got
just
you.
joshing you.
Well, I'm actually
So yeah,
not.
what? Clearly.
I also wanted to say to Melissa really quick, your line on like they're listening to us, but how like I loved the panic in your voice. You did such a good job of portraying that anxiety of that situation. Like that was great.
Oh, thank you.
One note on that though, Melissa, get rid of the hesitation on what for.
Okay.
It's just an instant reaction for you. What for? Like, why? You know?
Okay. Just like as soon as one finishes, like, what for?
Yeah, well, not like, don't just jump right on it like you're on a hair trigger or anything, but
What for?
the whole what for? It's kind of killing the flow of what you're doing. It's definitely interrupting your emotional space. Get rid of that, and I think it'll fit in better with also your character. Your character's a little bit more composed, even though they're under a high pressure situation here.
Okay.
So last take, whenever you two are ready, go for it.
Cool. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Hey, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just...
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Well, that's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there, just an old destroyed system.
Oh, they must have had a reason. Let me just try this and this. Oh yeah. You read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay, opening it up. What did you all think? Okay, I'll be the first to speak. Much more improved. That was a really, really fun. It was a really fun interaction between these two characters. It definitely felt more like you were discovering things this time, Leonard, which I really enjoyed from the performance. And Melissa, you were right on top of your characters, under pressure but stoic feel. I feel, but I'm gonna open it up. What did everybody else think?
I'm so grateful that somebody spoke before me. I completely agree. I'm just repeating my. I think it was great. I think everything Michael said, I completely agree with and would repeat, but I won't.
Yeah, I mean, this is really nothing I got bouncing around in my brain hole. It's so good that I don't even remember.
All right. Well, I guess that's that's good. So let's go ahead and move it right along then, shall we? So
thank you.
Dee Dee, you are our next operative 1, and Jeffrey, you're our next operative 2. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Are you getting anywhere? Power will go out shortly.
New interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just...
Okay, I'm in. It's just some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? This is too far away for even our first radio transmission to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can go up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here. Just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right, opening it up. What did y'all think?
I think it started out very strong. Didi, I want to note something. You're okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcomeness. I actually really like that. I think that was really good. You started slowing down, like you were like it was going to start getting romantic. You know, some of it in Chinese, some in English.
Yeah,
some
I
in
was trying to be
French.
mindful of my
Chinese.
pacing, yeah.
I could see the scented candles turning on. Barry White,
Which is impressive in space.
yeah.
This-
You're a good little.
Okay, baby, you want to hear an alien story? I would. You're fascinated. That's why the first part. I think I really like that delivery. I think you need that energy throughout the read. You started to slow down pace. Italian, okay. The English romance usually with a nice cup of tea. But,
you know,
yeah,
to be
that
fair,
is-
Mark, everything with English happens with a nice cup of tea. I mean,
that is true. Even nothing happens with a cup of tea.
That's true.
Yeah, but anyway, Didi, just to reiterate, I would put the energy that you had with your second phrase, okay, I'm in, blah blah, and I would permeate that throughout the read, because I really like that. I thought, oh yeah, this is it, and then you just slowed down a bit too much, because you are. Well, we've talked about this character. We talked about how this character is, and I think
Yeah.
that slow pace doesn't work for this character. But your initial part, I loved it.
Appreciate the feedback.
Well,
Thank you.
You know, I also have a note for you, Didi. For the most part, I agree with everything Mark said. So much so that it's like you stole my entire thoughts. It was so beautiful. But my thing for this one, I'm trying to think of a way to word this, because what is in my head I've been told is different, and I want to make this as clear as I can. Okay, so I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think that part of the reason you're slowing down is because you're really conscious of how you sound. And I want you to care a little bit less on this next read.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, this is the. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, almost as Leonard likes to say, you're in a lawn chair, relaxing by the pool. You know, just a regular conversation you're having. It vocally, I should say, not in terms of emotional space.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. This is the most excited you have ever been in your life. So you don't want it to sound like you're halfway to falling asleep.
Oh, we got a sneaky little
okay, I think that's a good amount of notes. Whenever you two are ready, from the top.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Oh no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us, but how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can go up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me try this. And this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right. I was hoping you were going to fix it this time, but you did the same mistake. They wanted the sphere to, or the sphere can open up, not go up.
Okay.
So just be mindful of that.
Right, yeah. Can't mess up the lines.
My thing was, Didi, I like this one a lot more. But when we got to they must have a reason, what? You emphasized have a little too hard for my liking. I'd like to shift that over to so what I heard was they must have a reason instead of or wait. No, yeah. They must have a reason is what I heard. And I think we could shift that a tiny bit to they must have a reason. You know, we could shift that to must a little more.
Okay.
And then but that's my only thing that's jumping out at me. And for Jeffrey, I'm going to ask you to slow down a tiny bit, like a tiny bit, like maybe 5%.
Okay.
I think you want to be. I think you want to. Oh dear, Jeffrey. You just said Jeffrey, and I completely blanked out. Excuse me, Jeffrey. With the pacing, I personally I don't have an issue. I don't have an issue with the pacing, but it sounds like you're not really that anxious. Like the wording and the pacing, I think, is there, but I don't hear the urgency, the anxiety. There's stuff going on here. So it's difficult to really describe how exactly I would want to hear it until maybe I hear it. But I want to hear more of that, more of those emotions come out, because it's a dangerous situation.
I also have a point just to because I'm a total nitpicker. Jeffrey, your delivery on reach this place, you put a lot of emphasis on this place, and I wonder how it would look like if you maybe reverse that a little bit to taking the emphasis off of this and putting it on reach or place, just kind of shifting that a little bit, because I just the up and the excitement on this and then it goes down weirdly is just a little off for me.
Okay.
I had the same note, by the way.
Thirded. Okay. Let's go ahead and hear it whenever you guys are ready from the top.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be this difficult? Huh. Want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some of it in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
Wait, they were listening to us? How? The Earth is too far for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Jeff, much better on the emphasis this time on that one. That it seems to fit the situation a bit better. I can understand why you'd want to emphasize this, but due to your characters being under pressure, for some reason that is communicated better by emphasizing this, in my opinion. At least that's what I heard. I'm going to go ahead and open it up and let everybody else give their 2 cents.
I mean, I'm not totally sure about whether or not the emphasis is better, at least to my ears, but okay, if democratically speaking, it was the correct thing to do. I do think the emotional space was there, Jeffrey. I think there was more urgency. You were concerned, which I liked. And Dee Dee, I think I want to hear more excitement. I want to hear more energy. This stuff is fascinating. And while you're certainly more in the correct emotional space compared to before, where you slowed down too much, here you're a bit faster, and I like that. I want to hear more excitement.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. I think it just a lot more energy could be put into like the discovering of things. And I don't know, but maybe even trying to like sound confused on some parts could help, like maybe not
Yeah,
sounding so
okay.
sure of every aspect.
Be surprised by the languages.
Yeah, surprised is a good word for that.
When you point out
My
each of the languages, be surprised by them.
yeah, I thought this was the best read so far from both of you.
Agreed.
My one note is for DD, and that is on the big thing with "Okay, I'm in." It's some sort of languages, whatever. You start really slowing down on that one, and
Okay.
that doesn't work for me. So that part needs to be speeded up, a little more excited. And you can still be mystified by it, but keep the speed up and keep the excitement.
Yeah, again, you're on an alien ship too far for any transmissions from Earth to reach there, and they have Chinese, English, and French in front of you right now. Some of it in Chinese, some in English. You know, like, be surprised by them. So, one more take. Whenever you're ready, go for it.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just that
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. In this part, I don't even know what this is.
they were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. It's just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Jeffrey, can you retake that last operative 2 line that starts with what for and be more annoyed or dismissive?
What for? There's nothing there. Destroyed system.
Quicker.
What for? There's nothing there. That's an old destroyed system.
Okay. Opening it up. What did you all think? I prefer the quicker one, the C take personally, but
I agree on that.
Yeah, I'd say so too. I think that one kind of really plays into the fact that this is a member of the security team, and he just wants to get this guy out of here safely, but he won't stop playing around.
yeah.
I really liked the sense of, wait a minute, what is this on Chinese, English, French? It's like, wait, these are Earth languages. That's the impression I was getting, and that is excellent.
Yeah, I thought that part was much improved for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely an overall better, like, really improved performance on both sides too. Jeffrey did a fantastic job with Operative 2. I know it doesn't seem like there's a whole heck of a lot to play with there, but it really does take some thinking to put in some emotion, to have some fun with the space that you do have. But anybody else? Anything else? Okay, then let's move it right along then, shall we? Jonathan, you are our next operative 1, and Justin, you're our next operative 2.
Okay. Are you ready, Jonathan?
Guys, hold up. So, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in. And some sort of welcome message. Wait, hold
Oh,
up.
you're
I'm the right one
jumping a
now.
little too far ahead.
Yeah, my fault. My fault. I got too excited there.
Yeah, okay. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just that we have no power left.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message instruction and pictograms and some sort of Chinese and some in English and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They are listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. I now see that it means the spirit can open up. They wanted our visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read this? Vanguard will open up the gates.
I should probably unmute before I start speaking. All right, opening it up. What did you all think?
I just wanted to mention really quick, Justin, you on your second line, you just kind of kept ad-libbing of like, oh yeah, we have no power. I really liked that because that gave the lag enough time to catch up for him to cut you off, and it just felt way more natural. I really liked that you added that.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to add on to that did feel like it felt very true to the character of Operative 2 as we know them. It's just like, come on, man, this is not a joke. The power's going to go.
Jonathan.
For Jonathan, the whole thing felt awfully reedy. Like you didn't put me in the scene. And you got the words out, and that's good, but I wasn't buying that you were this character and you were in this scene.
So Jonathan, are you nervous right now?
Yes, I was being nervous, but yeah.
Okay. Well, don't worry. We've all been there. How much experience with voice acting do you have?
So I'm a beginner.
Okay. All right. No problem. I just want to know where you're at just so that I've got a good idea of where to start directing. Have you taken any kind of classes or courses or anything like that? Have you been practicing with friends or in other places?
So I would know. I haven't.
Okay. So this is like your first time reading in front of other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you taken any acting classes before?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, yeah, I can understand the nerves. Don't worry about it. I mean, so oftentimes when new people join us, they're worried about messing up or saying the wrong things. In regards to that specifically, one of the things that I'd like to bring up is that particularly in the media world, there is an entire occupation around correcting the screw ups. People have degrees in editing. Like that's a thing people do as their full-time occupation. So like there's literally people hired specifically to get rid of all of the mess ups. And in all of the jobs that I have had, I have never once had anybody like throw their hands up and kick me out of the studio for reading something wrong. So don't worry about that. When it comes to performance, have you ever played Dungeons and Dragons before?
So no.
Okay. So that may actually be a really, really good exercise to begin understanding performance just in general, because you have to create a character and then inhabit that character in the world you're playing in. You're forced to make decisions as that character and think how they think. That is one of the the more common ways for people to sort of get an understanding of creating and maintaining a character with all their flaws and their idiosyncrasies and their personality and whatnot. I think that one of the first things that you really need to look into is just stage acting classes, if possible, because that's also a really invaluable resource. It should help with handling a lot of the nerves, and it's usually being up in front of people in general is usually worse than voice acting, because voice acting are just behind a microphone. So if you put yourself in the more difficult situation, the less stressful situation is going to seem far easier in retrospect. So I think looking for some kind of stage acting classes, whether that be through school or through some training or coaching around you, could really help out. That being said, when it comes to your performance here, again, this character is kind of scattered, but really fascinated with the things that they discover. I mean, in any of like the shows or games or anything like that you've played and watched, are there characters that you can think of who are like really into or really more about the discovery and learning things and whatnot, and being like super interested in something regardless of the danger around them?
So yeah, there are some characters that come to mind.
Okay. Well, I would suggest taking one of them, like copying one of them, their sort of mentality in this dangerous situation, but they found something that they're super interested in. That's what I want to hear from you. I want to hear you like put yourself a little bit more into their shoes.
Yeah, 2 notes on that. First, it is totally okay to be a complete beginner. We were all there once. And when we're asking for experiences, we're not looking to shoot you down because you don't have experience. We're here to help you. So don't worry about your lack of experience. And secondly, don't worry about the exact words here. What we want you to get is the right emotional space. So we want you to come across like you're this excited tech geek, hacker, whatever, something in that vein, and portray the attitude, not the words. Give us the attitude.
Okay.
All right. So whenever you two are ready, from the top.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just that we're really low on power.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. I now see that. And it means the spirit can open up. And they wanted our visitors to get outside. I mean, inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right. I can still hear some of the nerves. You still feeling nervous, Jonathan?
Actually, I was like, yeah, slightly.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean,
Again, I'm just,
a little bit,
just
though.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So let's just break down one of these lines. Let's have some fun with it, okay? So let's just go with the first one. Who knew interfacing with the technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat? So why is Operative One saying that?
So you're saying that because be saying that because that he's trying to see like this is I was like too hard like for him or something like that.
Well, yeah, it's difficult. I mean, he's working with alien technology. So Operative One is part of the science division. They love this stuff, but it's difficult to do. Naturally, it's difficult to do. So you're thinking, I want you to sit there when Operative Two says to you, "You getting anywhere? The power's still out." You're thinking, "Oh, you think you can do this faster?" You know, like you're almost a little bit.
Joke.
Yeah, you're almost a little bit offended by that.
Like, Jonathan, do you play basketball at all?
So I'm just hold up. So like, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it would be like if you were playing a street ball game and someone who isn't on any team, he's just sitting like off to the side. He goes like, "You guys are trash." It's like, wow, you're talking a lot for someone who isn't even doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that feel that you're trying to go for. Oh, well, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You know, who knew doing what I'm doing was hard? You want to take the front seat? You know, you're like, you want to show me you can do better? So that's the feeling that I want to get with this. All right. He just sort of like, you're kind of incensed. You're kind of angry that he would assume that, you know, you could just do this faster. He doesn't know. He has no idea. It's like, oh, you think you can do better? Well, go ahead and show me. That's essentially the feeling we're looking for. So just give us that line. Just who knew interfacing with technology? And remember, he's challenging you, and you're challenging him right back.
Should I
Who
lead
knew
into it?
interpreting our technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
That's okay, Justin. It was just for Jonathan. Yeah, that was better. Slow it down a little bit more. Slow it down a little bit more and give it to us again.
Okay. Who knew interfacing with technology would be
Oh, I think you dropped out there. Still there with us, Jonathan? Okay, well, if you can hear me, I don't want to pressure you too much to do this because, again, I know that this could be kind of stressful, particularly when you're a little bit newer to voice acting. So let's go ahead and move along for now. If you want to stick around after we're done, we'll be more than happy to keep working with you a little bit more. But let's move on for now. If you're cool with that, go ahead and mute up. If you do want to keep going, then let me know in like the chat or something, and we can continue.
And just for the sake of feedback, Justin, you were doing great.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and move it right along then. So, next up is Sam and Mark. Sam, you will be operative 1. Mark, you'll be operative 2.
Okay.
If you're still there, Mark. Mark? Well, that's
earlier
not
in the
good.
chat that he was dealing with some work stuff, I believe.
Yeah, I thought he was done with that, but looks like not. Okay, well then.
Maybe operative 1 for in his place.
Yeah,
I'm operative
Sam
1.
and Ellis?
Sam's operative 1. Yeah, I was going to say, Ellis, why don't you go ahead and be operative 2?
Oh, I dropped something. Give me 1 second. All right. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just...
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right. Feedback time. What did you all think?
Applause to both of you. My goodness,
Yeah,
that was great. Oh
I
my
loved
gosh.
I loved your enthusiasm on that last line, especially. It's like, yeah, coming home, Vanguard.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Yeah.
Like you
Bang,
guys
bang,
gave
bang.
both such different energies, and I feel like they both created those characters so well in how they like contrasted each other. That was great.
And
Yeah.
I'd give you a high five if we were in person.
Absolutely.
Someday I'll find your address and I'll head over there and I'll give you a high five.
Wow, that's not creepy whatsoever. Thankfully, though, you both live in California, so that would be easier for you to do
that's,
that.
that's the context that a lot of you don't have. That's why I said that.
Like,
It's
get on
not
a
creepy.
plane.
It's not stalkerish. They just both live in the same state. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just imagine like
supposed to
going through
reveal that
customs.
information.
Why are
Promise.
you going?
It's not
why are you
that
visiting
weird.
This country. It's to give a high five, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I also really liked that that ending with the on the Reedus Vanguard. However, for Operative 1, I was hearing you on a soapbox all the way through. It sounded like you were up there giving a speech.
I see.
So a couple of notes. Okay, I'm in. Way too just loud. I understand the enthusiasm that you want to go for, but it was louder than it needed to be.
Yeah.
You know, this is a surprise. Aha! Okay, I'm in. You know, like it's a surprise, and it's a pleasant one. You are on the cusp of discovery here. And again, I'd like for you to be much like I said with Dee Dee. I'd like for you to be a lot more like surprised and fascinated and curious by the fact that you recognize these languages all the way out here.
Well, okay, so what I was going for there was something a little bit different. Maybe I just didn't pull it off right, but I was going more for like as I'm like seeing these things, like, oh, it's exciting me, like, wow, they've been following all this information, and there's multiple different languages that they've been tracking, and that's why at the final party it was supposed to be like, look at this, I don't even know what this is. Like I was trying to ramp up excitement for that line, like start off kind of slower and then get up to the final part where it's like, this is exciting, like this is amazing, it's something I've never seen before. Like playing into that, how he's really into the technology.
Well, I don't know if anybody else got that. It seemed to jump around way too much. Like some of it in like the languages part was really kind of one note. And then this part, I don't even know what this is. You kind of like immediately flipped into this different emotional space. So there was no ramp up. There was no lead up, no build up, no nothing like that sort of led to this emotional discovery. It was just, it kind of randomly happened. Gotcha. And while, yes, this character is supposed to be mercurial, they are going to be jumping around. There needs to be, I'd like to hear a more logical flow to your emotions. I think that emotional state really, really is required. That understanding of the discovery and the buildup of the excitement.
Okay.
So that needs to be more
I would
gradual.
say visualize yourself as this master hacker or whatever you are. You're sitting in your computer chair, and Operative 2 is over your shoulder, just giving clueless kibitzing. So deliver it with that attitude, because Operative 2 doesn't know what he's talking about. He's just like here to do his thing, which isn't your thing.
Right.
You were going to say something, Mike?
Yeah. Hi. Sorry I'm late, but New Year's resolutions and all that, so I'm going to try and make it to more of these. Anyway, Happy Monday night. So I have a couple comments. I agree for the most part that this was a pretty good start for the both of you. Operative One, I think this is the first time I've heard, because I was listening on YouTube, that somebody decided to do a little more with the script than just literally what was written. So injecting a little bit of laughter, a little bit of excitement through nonverbal cues. I think everyone for Operative One can really take advantage of that. So I really like that. But a few things. So I think the delivery for Operative One was it got just the tiniest bit reedy when you're transitioning between sentences. So in the first line, for instance, who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? And then a hard pause on the question, you want to take the front seat? I think you should just try and inject a little bit of how a human who is annoyed might actually deliver those lines. They don't need to be so separated. And then the one thing that I think needs to happen between, well, no, it's just, and so this is for both of you. So when you interrupt each other, Operative One is interrupting, yes, but it's just, almost every Operative Two has just said it's just, and then stop talking, and then there's just silence. So Operative Two, I think you need to have the sentence that you're intending to say at your disposal and keep talking until you're interrupted, and then stop. It's not just, unless you're literally thinking of what you're going to say next, I would think that you already have something that you had in mind to say as that character. So those are my two major things.
Yeah, we actually did go over that in the discussion portion. We talked about Operative One really being on top of cutting them off. Like I think it's more so that than having a bunch of ad lib at the end, because Operative One really needs to be all in on jumping in on that line.
So then if that's the case, I would jump in even the moment the just starts coming out, so that
Yeah.
the just is what gets cut off, not just silence.
Yeah.
Or even sooner.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably
You could do it well, no, and then jump in, and the person can finish with it's just before they
Yep.
clue in. Perfect.
I get the feeling that Operative One is ignoring what Operative Two is saying before he says, "Okay, I'm in." Like he's just so focused in solving the puzzle, and then it's just like a coincidence that he cuts him off.
That's kind of what
100% agree.
that's what I was going for with the question where it says that's a question for later. Like the operative, I went for like Operative Two, kind of just saying nonsense while I'm exploring the information that's really enticing to me or really interesting to me. That's what I was going for with it.
Okay. Well, really get into that mindset. Really communicate that to us. Whenever you guys are ready, from the top.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
No, it's just
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
they were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. How was that take? Opening it up.
I'd slow down Operator One. I'd slow down a bit more. It feels like you already know everything that's about to happen because you have the script. And there needs to be that journey of discovery. And for me, I'm not hearing that as much. There are some of the nonverbal cues which work, but it feels like you've just like inserted them in there, like you've copied pasted. Here's an ad lib. Let's put that in there. They need to flow together better. You're discovering this information as you get on.
Yeah, to kind of tack onto that, maybe try a perspective of like removing some of Operative One's confidence. Because like you approach that character, I feel, with like he has a lot of confidence, he knows exactly what's going on, is just, very cut and clear what's happening. Maybe try to remove some of that and, maybe give him some stutters even, or just, I'm not necessarily saying take away the excitement, because I love the excitement that you have with that character, but just maybe a little less confidence, a little more like trepidation on what's going on would be my advice, I guess.
I am not visualizing Operative 1 as really talking to Operative 2 in this delivery. It's like you're just saying your own thing, and it doesn't come across to me like you're directing it to Operative 2.
Maybe I leaned too hard into that. Okay, because that's kind of what I was going for. Like when I earlier said that I was kind of just going for like Operative 2 is just kind of there, like just saying like I'm ignoring him because I'm already so fascinated with what's going on, and it's like when it gets to the
but it's not in the script.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Because
not.
you're
It's
not
making you
ignoring
sound. It's making you sound aloof and separated from the situation rather
Right.
than involved and curious.
So I think you can just move between the two I actually like that a lot of it you're talking to yourself because you're kind of ignoring the second person, but you have to come out of it when it's appropriate. And the most appropriate place would be now see that. Do you actually think the person is ignoring the Operative 2 here, or is Operative 1 literally pointing out something on a screen probably that they want to point out to Operative 2? So that's a moment where obviously to me you're talking to somebody else and you need to incorporate that into the delivery. But I love
Right.
that some of it is delivered like, yeah, who fucking cares who Operative 2 is? I'm here talking to myself.
Kind
But yeah,
of
it
the
needs to
difference
switch.
between choosing to ignore someone versus prioritizing something else.
I'm wanting to say deliver it like Operative 2 is your wife and she's been nagging you.
The power's going out.
Speaking from
That's
experience,
right. Operative
I don't
2
wanna
would just
take
be
out
in
a
the
the
middle of
nagging-
trash.
that, the college
a nagging
championship
spouse.
game
Why
comes
you
on.
getting anywhere?
It's your turn to take out the trash.
Operative
gonna
2
go
suddenly
wild.
spawns like a rolling pin in her.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I've got a hammer. It's close enough.
All right. So, Sam, you have a better idea of what it is you might want to try?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
All right. Whenever you two are ready, go for it.
Give me 1 second. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no. It's just
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
they were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing here. There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read this, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. Real quick, Ellis, you should not have just corrected yourself at that second to last line.
Mm.
Don't be so focused on everything that the script says. It was flowing really well, and you interrupted yourself.
All right.
So a slight ad lib like that, there's nothing there versus there's nothing here. They both technically work out just fine. And I don't know about any of the clients that you might have worked with before, but I know that for many of the ones that I have, they were okay with those slight little edits here and there. Just the little changes that made them flow more naturally.
It's rarely a problem. Like I've made suggestions at times, especially with foreign clients, and they just Yeah, they appreciate the consideration actually at times if it seems like it'll work a bit better in the sentence. I mean, okay, it's not translation, but it's not the end of the world if you say something slightly different.
I can confirm some of my ad libs have made it into the final product.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
thank you.
So
I
yeah,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
I definitely heard you talking to each other here, so good job on that. My one note for Operative 1 here is that this is a voyage of discovery. So when you say things like they wanted visitors to get inside, say it like, oh, you just realized they wanted visitors to get inside, not like you knew all along they wanted visitors to get inside.
Huh, you've confirmed my theory.
I think it just needs to sound more frantic. Some of the reads, well, yeah, okay, all right. I saw that facial expression, Michael. Well, my point, I can't.
There, is that better?
It
Well,
had
that's a
nothing.
lovely- that
Was
is
it
a
yours
lovely
or me?
smile.
Which Michael was
feel,
it?
I feel very confident looking at this lovely smile. Anyway, what I wanted to say is that for me, yes to what Leonard said, it sounds a bit polished. Like it's for me, I imagine it's a dangerous, weird, odd situation. I hear sometimes. I wish I had. I have to admit, I'm tired, so maybe this advice will not translate very well in the way that I say it. But sometimes, let's say the Earth is too far away, even for our first radio transmissions to reach this place. I've heard this with someone before, where it sounds like every word is said very well, but you almost, I think you want to rush those words out to an extent. Obviously, not just make them unintelligible, but I don't hear as much
To
of
muddy
an
it a little
urgency.
bit?
What's that?
So you want me to muddy it a little bit?
I think so. I think that would sound better, at least in my opinion.
All right, and
that's not just you.
for clarification,
Ellis.
is it
Yes?
that line that's like hitting you with it the most, or is there?
That's
is
the
it
one I
like-
remember because I'm exhausted.
All right, cool.
And I have one note for Operative 2. Maybe you guys discussed this. I should really watch the beginning of the YouTube video. But for setting the scene, Operative 2 has an important role for setting the scene, obviously, because the first line. And I want to get a sense, and the choice is yours, about where are you coming from when you deliver this line? Like, were you busy doing something else and you're coming now to interact with Operative 1? Have you been there the whole time and just patiently waiting? I want to hear something a little more kinetic. Because to me, it's just like, whatever. You're standing there, and it's a fine choice. I want to get something a little more movement in the scene. So,
right.
however you want to accomplish that, I think you want to start strong.
Okay.
Whenever you two are ready, from the top.
All right. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Sorry, can you do that again?
Yeah. Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing with technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just.
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some of it in English, and some in French. In this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth's too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Let me just try this. And this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
Okay. Thoughts, opinions, insights?
I liked what you did, Ellis. I think it's an improvement. It's good. Well, somebody else.
The subtext is Sam, though.
I think we
That's
I
what
think
I-
we
that's
might
what
have
I-
destroyed Sam because his read has gotten like away from his original where
yeah,
he was like
mhm.
very excitable. I think we might have overdone it maybe because now I'm getting less. I feel like we might be moving in the wrong direction because Sam had great instincts, and I feel like we might have beat it out of him.
Yeah, there is a point where too much direction becomes overload. Yeah, Sam, I want you to try something with me though.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and go for the second operative one line. Okay, I'm in. So, do you know that like the stereotypical line when like in a sitcom where like the dad sits down to eat? Okay, let's get this meal going. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
You should approach that okay with that. Okay, I'm in. Like finally the process is over. We've done it. Then take a little bit of time. You're deciphering what you're seeing. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Like you're figuring it out. You know, you're seeing whatever this is play out in front of you. So
Gotcha.
just do that. End at the three dots. Let me just hear that line from you.
Can I actually get operative 2 and then I can do like that line before it?
Oh yeah, totally. Well, no, it's just
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese.
No.
some-
Okay, I wanted to just stop you right there.
Okay, my bad.
No, it's okay. It's okay. So,
Right, you want to decipher my bad. I passed over that. My bad.
Stop with all the self-direction. That's not the point. You're violating the Dan rule here, please.
Michael, I have a question.
What's the question?
Is there a partner read sort of equivalent to the Dan rule in that you can't critique your partner?
No.
Awesome. Okay. Because I thought of something earlier and I was like, I don't know. I'll ask. But Sam, I kind of want you to think about this almost like, you know, you're maybe in the desert, since we're in California, that'll make a lot of sense. And just out in the barren desert, and then out of nowhere you see a subway. There's not a shopping center, it's just a subway building. And it's like, is that a fucking subway? You know what I mean? That's kind of what this is. You know, it's something that you're familiar with in an environment that's so completely alien, and it's really interesting.
That is a.
Is
that is
everyone in California okay?
Well, you're gonna have to ask the people who stayed. I didn't.
And subways in the desert.
Anyway, so yes, I want you to go through that feeling of discovery. So here's an exercise that you can try to really bring that out. If you have a way to mark up your script, please do it. If not, just please take note of these. Please take strong mental note of these. I want you to write down your character's feeling and reaction just before each of the major discovery points. So let's take a look at what are the discovery points. It's some sort of a welcome message, something that you're familiar with. That's something you've discovered. It's a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Those are something that you've discovered. Like, what are they thinking? Oh, that's weird. What? No way. Something like that. Have that as a reaction just before each of those words. Same thing with the languages. Some of it in, wait, is that Chinese? Some in, no way that's English. Does that make sense? Like, have your character's reactions there so that you can think like, wait a minute. I'm on an alien sphere surrounding an entire star, farther from Earth than any human being has ever been ever before. And I can understand what's being written, what's written here.
Kind of like I'm questioning it. Like, what are they doing with this information?
Yes, you are discovering it. This is like, wait, are you serious? Or there is no way. This is just what, have that sense of discovery with each of these things. You are discovering that what you're looking at is a welcome message, that it's full of instructions and pictograms, that it's loaded with Chinese characters, English words, French words, and something you have never seen before in your entire life.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Like that's the kind of awe that you need to have. And noting down what your character is thinking or feeling just before those points could potentially help you. It's an exercise you can try. Of course, be careful with it, because I know some people can get fairly distracted by too much marking on their own paper or on their own scripts. But let's see how it works. Like, give yourself the reactions that you need, and specifically put them before welcome message, instructions and pictograms, Chinese, English, and French. And then, and this part, I don't even know what this is. I think you have a good grasp on that one, so we're not going to worry about it. But it's the other ones: welcome message, instructions and pictograms, Chinese, English, and French. You need to know what your character is going to how your character is going to react to discovering each one of those things.
Okay.
Subway in the desert with each one of those.
Brilliant.
Okay, then.
Oh my goodness.
So just give me that line. If you need the lead in, Ellis will give it to you. But just give me that line, and we'll move on after that.
Starting from okay, I'm in, or after that?
Yeah, starting from okay, I'm in.
Okay. Can I get the lead in, Ellis?
Totally. Well, no, it's just
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, and some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
Ooh. That was better.
Oh, yeah.
That was much more improved that time. What did you all think?
Yeah,
Completely
I
agree.
absolutely
like that a
agree.
lot more.
That was great.
Definitely felt more natural. Definitely.
So Sam, what did you do different there?
Well, I marked my sheet. I put questioning, kind of like, why would they want this kind of information? Isn't this supposed to be like an alien civilization? Like, why are they using Earth languages? Like, why do they care about this?
Yeah, believe me, that simple exercise right there really elevated the read.
It's
So-
completely different than what I initially was going for. That's for sure.
But it sounded natural. It sounded like you were involved. That's what I was really hoping for. And you did it. You absolutely pulled it off.
Great.
Yeah, you
All right.
definitely lost the soap.
So we'll go ahead and move on. Sam, I know we really dug into you on this one, but you really did not only take the directions, but you applied them really well. And that little exercise could potentially help you in the future too. So give that a try some other time. Practice with that. Think about the reactions your character is going to have at those specific points and actually incorporate them into your read.
Okay.
Alrighty then. So, Mark, now that you're
Mark.
back, you have been reassigned. Your partner is now Michael,
Oh,
the other Michael. So, Mark, I believe you were operative 2 previously.
Well, he
Pretty
did
sure you-
both.
he was two with
I think
Sam
I
and he
did
was
both.
one with me.
Yeah, you did both. That's true. Okay. Well, why don't you do operative 1 this time? And Mike, you do operative 2, and then we'll end the stream and we'll go ahead and go through whoever wants to do the other parts as well.
okay.
So whenever you guys are ready, go for it.
I'm operative 2.
That's correct. You are
Okay.
operative 2,
Got
Mike.
it.
Mark, you are operative 1.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing of technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no, it's just...
Okay, I'm in. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us? But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
But what for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Look, let me try this. And this. Do you read us, Vanguard? We're opening the gates.
All right, opening it up. What did you all think? The floor is yours. Feedback.
Overall, I thought that was like really amazing. That was just a really great read for me.
All right, I'm out.
Actually, Mark.
Hello.
I want you to try something at the very, very end.
Okay.
So let me just try this and this. I want you to do those differently.
Okay.
The way that I want you to approach that is get a little bit distracted. Let me just try this. Like you're doing something instead, and this just kind of comes out just because you're in the presence of someone else and they have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. You need to vocalize that you're doing something. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think let me just try this and this is more of just like an action vocalization. So you are intent on the screen in front of you. Maybe it's like a touch screen, maybe it's some weird alien device, maybe it's a keyboard and mouse. I have no idea. Just, interact with that and just offhanded, well, let me just try this.
Maybe it's Raid Shadow Legends.
Play Raid Shadow Legends. No, yeah, but whatever the case may be, like, be really distracted by let me just try this and this. Trail those off because you're doing something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll give that a go.
And also for Michael, I just wanted to add on another thing. In their line, the what for, there's nothing there. I really liked the, like you had a very antagonistic tone to it. Mm. And I really liked that. Like you were, I don't know, I just really liked that part of it.
Yeah, I like you, Michael, too. You don't give me sarcastic looks.
I can if you want.
There. We'll just go with that.
Smiling Michael. It's happiness radiating.
Yeah, if only you could see what I really look like back here. All right. Yeah, I want you to be more distracted just at the very end because you're doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And just as another thing, just to try it, just to see what it's like, we're opening the gates. Be surprised that you're saying that yourself. It's kind of like, well, I guess we're opening this thing up. We're opening the gates.
Okay. Should I go from there or are we redoing it?
From the top.
From the top.
Whenever you're ready.
Are you getting anywhere? The power will go out shortly.
Who knew interfacing of technology would be difficult, huh? You want to take the front seat?
Well, no. It's
I'm in. I see. It's some sort of a welcome message with instructions and pictograms. Some of it in Chinese, some in English, some in French. And this part, I don't even know what this is.
They were listening to us. But how? The Earth is too far away for even our first radio transmissions to reach this place.
Well, that's a question for later. Now see that?
Yeah.
It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
What for? There's nothing there. Just an old, destroyed system.
They must have a reason. Look, let me try this and this. Do you read us, Vanguard? I guess we're opening the gates.
Okay, what did you all think of that? Got it. Stunned. Nobody has anything to say. You guys knocked it out of the park, apparently.
You're welcome.
Lord.
Okay.
I thought it was really excellent. I would actually go back to the earlier version of opening the gates. I'm not quite sure this one worked, but you did it as directed, so can't complain about it too much.
Sure.
You can complain about it a bit.
I quite like this one, except for one tiny little thing. And this is the same thing as somebody else. They wanted visitors to get inside. I think the way you did it here works, but I do want to try one take of that line at least, where the interesting thing is that they wanted them to perform the action, and not so much that, oh, we got inside and this is actually what they wanted.
Okay. Is that my cue to do that?
I mean, you can.
I don't know.
I'd like to hear it.
Okay.
I'd like to see where you go.
All right. That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside. Like that?
Ooh, that hits almost exactly where I want it.
Where would you like it?
Oh my god, so scary.
Hey. Hey.
That's a question I never thought would be asked on the mic check. Mark, I want you to bring it down a little bit more. You're too frantic with it.
Yeah.
No, see that? It's too frantic. Now, see that?
Yeah.
You know, you're figuring these things out. You're in your element here. It's exciting for you, but you're in your element.
Okay.
I like what you went with. They wanted visitors to get inside, but bring down the franticness and be more controlled but curious. Same line. Go for it.
That's a question for later. Now, see that? It means the sphere can open up. They wanted visitors to get inside.
Okay. What did you all think of that?
I really do like it. I think it's really amazing. Could I ask, just for my own curiosity, if you tried they wanted visitors to get inside line, of putting the emphasis on wanted instead of inside?
I think that was the first thing I did.
Was it?
The first thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
shows what.
I have the memory of a
Again,
goldfish,
I'll
so.
entertain you. I'll be delighted to.
Hey, I mean, that just means you're doing it beautifully. If both
Actually, no.
players
Go on the
enjoy
Mike Check
everyone
VO
else-
workout VOD so Mike can get views. We can get more popular.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Anyway,
Hit the notification bell.
Do it.
Do it. We have connections to Italians. You don't know who they have connections to. Just warning you.
Oh, they're Italians.
His name's Big M. They call him Matteo.
Yeah. he's the Mike Checks enforcer. You don't know how you don't want to know how he enforces. Anyway, we are definitely going overtime on the VOD portion, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up the recorded portion right now. That does not mean that the workout or the hangout is over, but if you do need to go, totally understand. So, hang on, real quick,
because I desperately want to do Operative 1. Desperately.
Oh, don't worry, I need to do Operative 1 as well. So we'll keep going with this. But in the meantime, thank you all so much who are watching and who joined us over here on YouTube. All of the stuff was already said. You know where it all is. The links are down below. And we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.